For a little help with that, let's bring in Jen and the Money Men, Executive Vice President of the Commonwealth Foundation, Jennifer Stefano, Business and Markets Analyst and NewsMax contributor, Seth Denson, and America's Accountant, Professor Dan Geltrude. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right, I want to start with the markets. The markets closed up slightly yesterday, the Dow climbing 38 points with the S&P jumping just 13 points and the NASDAQ ending plus 34, wrapping up a three-day winning streak for the NASDAQ. Futures also up this morning. Jennifer, what's keeping the markets afloat?
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of concern around inflation. It's now hitting upwards of 7%, and the Fed is notoriously unreliable when they say they're going to do something about it. In the past, what we've seen is sometimes the Fed will raise rates or change, and sometimes they don't even meet their own predictions. They're right now still printing money, and I think there's continues to be concerns and adjustments because people are trying to hedge against what may happen in the future. That can be very risky, by the way.
Yeah, Seth, as we just had these inflation numbers come out yesterday, is it surprising, even with that announcement of inflation at over the 39-year high?
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a different take on this. I think that many investors, at least those that are institutional, recognize that Jerome Powell may not be able to get this inflation under control in the short term. And as such, stocks often do have a short-term bump with it related to inflation, specifically value stocks like energy. Energy's up 14% so far year to date, and we're early into January. So, listen, I think that investors are looking at this and saying, I think inflation may be here for a little bit longer. Let's get one last squeeze out of this lemon, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, Dan, if you go to the grocery store, everything, first of all, you can't find anything because the shelves are bare. But if you can, milk, eggs, gas, everything has skyrocketed. Now we're 7% inflation.
I don't know why Washington has been so blind and non-reactive to this for so long. I mean, did they really believe their own nonsense that this was going to be transitory? If we do nothing, it'll go away. Look, we're looking at the Fed right now and say, do something. All they could really do, for the most part, is to raise interest rates. How about changing policy? This is supply and demand. Demand, people have too much money. Supply, we don't have enough people working to produce what we need. That's the formula. It's not that hard.
Yeah, you're right. I want to now turn to Universal Studios in Orlando. It's now going to require weekly tests for vaccinated or for unvaccinated employees, or they must get the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, we've got thousands of people quitting their jobs across the country because companies are doing this. Seth, do you think that this is a smart move for them?
I think that this may be a play, just kind of wait and see what the Supreme Court is going to do. Maybe not stick your head in the sand. I mean, this is where the rules are right now. It'll be interesting to see what Universal Studios does if the Supreme Court ultimately does come back out and send this back down, saying that it was an overreach of OSHA. But, yeah, I think in a tight labor market like we got now, you got to be careful about scaring any of those folks away. I love Universal Studios. My family and I were just there recently. I'd hate to see some of these places that are nice places for us to get to go start to slow down or even shut down because they can't get workers.
Yeah, Dan, your thoughts?
The Great Resignation, right? 4.5 million people left their jobs last month. Again, what don't we understand here? Are we going to put more policies in place via mandates to incentivize people not to come to work anymore? It doesn't make sense. Look at it this way. We have nearly 11 million job openings and we have approximately 7 million people unemployed. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no.
That difference there doesn't make any sense. Everyone should be able to work. Why aren't they working? Again, combination. They have enough money not to work and they're incentivized not to work.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to gas prices. If you want to work, you probably need to fill your tank. But a pipeline, Jen, just outside of New Orleans broke and spilled over 300,000 gallons of diesel. Jen, we've already got high gas prices. Do you think that this will send another increase at the pump?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that President Biden will build new pipelines is probably the most problematic thing about why gas prices are so high. And also, look, the average price of a car as of January is over $47,000. So remember last spring when we all grabbed our hearts when the average car price was $40,000? That's quaint. So the American family is going to really struggle to even buy a new car or keep their car running as all sorts of prices increase for parts, et cetera. And now gas prices, I think, will continue to rise on top of that. It's about $80. It's about $80 a barrel now. I think it's just going to continue to go up.
Yeah, I want to get to this last story. We only have a couple of seconds, but like everything else, Girl Scout cookies, they're going to go up $1 for their boxes. And you can also DoorDash them to your house. Jen, I'll start with you. Do you have a favorite Girl Scout cookie, and is the price going to deter you from buying a box of cookies?
So as a Boy Scout mom, I love the Boy Scouts popcorn, but also very supportive of any sugary foods, especially the Girl Scout cookies. Yeah. And look, I'm a busy working mom. I love DoorDash. I love it too much.
I love it too. It saves us.
Against my retirement fund, like, am I draining my retirement fund for DoorDash? But God bless the Girl Scouts. I think it's good. I think it's innovative. And truly for kids, it's safer than going door to door. We used to go door to door. That anymore.
I hear you. Dan and Seth, we got to go. I'm going to get you offline, find out what your favorite Girl Scout cookie is. Thank you so much, Jen. Dan and Seth, we appreciate it. All right.